Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in this video, I have to start revision of all the cost accounting multiple choice question from question number 38. Okay, this is your lecture number 2. So without any further delay, let's get started. Question number 38. Marginal costing technique follows the following basis of classification. The right answer is behavior wise classification. Behavior wise classification, right? Then question number 39. Which of the following is not a potential benefit of using a budget? Right answer is more accurate external financial statement. More accurate external financial statement is not a potential benefit of using a budget. Question number 40. Joint cost is suitable for oil industry. Joint cost is suitable for oil industry. Then which of the following is considered as accounting record? Right answer is store ledger. Which of the following is considered as a accounting record? Store ledger. Right answer is store ledger. Question number 42. Time and motion study is conducted by the right answer is engineering department. Time and motion study is conducted by engineering department. Very important question. Okay. Then timekeeping refers to time spent by worker in factory. ये दोनों क्वेश्चन बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है बिकॉज दिस टू क्वेश्चंस में कम फ्रॉम ऑपरेशन मैनेजमेंट as well as cost accounting. Okay, time and motion study is conducted by the engineering department and timekeeping refers to time spent by worker in a factory, right? Then question number 44. Royalty paid on sales rupees 89,000 and software development charges related to product is rupees 22,000. Calculate direct expenses. So as royalty expenses given and software development expenses given, both are related to direct expenses, so both are will be included. 89,000 and 22,000. Right answer will be 1,11,000. Right answer is 1,11,000. Right. Then question number 45. Direct expenses that does not meet the test of materiality can be known as part of overhead. Okay, known as part of overhead. Direct expenses that does not meet the test of materiality can be treated as part of overhead, right? Then question number 46. Question number 46. When the amount of under or over absorption is significant, it should be disposed of by the use of supplementary rates. The amount of under or over absorption is significant, it should be disposed of by the use of supplementary rates. Question number 47. This question is very important. Applying to a cost center, those overhead that result solely for the existence of that cost center is known as allocation. Known as allocation. Question number 48. CAS 21 stands for capacity determination. No. Joint cost. No. Direct expenses. No. So right answer will be none of these. Okay. Right answer will be CAS 21 is for cost accounting standard. Cost accounting standards on quality control. Quality control. Okay, CAS 21 is for quality control. Cost accounting standards on quality control. So right answer will be none of these. Question number 49. Standard deals with determination of average equalized transportation cost. Right answer will be CS5. CAS5, Cost Accounting Standard 5, deals with determination of average equalized transportation cost. Right. Then question number 50. Standards deal with the principles and methods of determining depreciation and amortization of cost. As you know that Cost Accounting Standard 16 is the principles and methods of determining depreciation and amortization of cost. Then question number 51. Integral accounts eliminate the necessity of operating cost ledger control account. Integral accounts eliminates the necessity of operating cost ledger control account. Right. Then question number 52. Equivalent production of 1000 units, 60% complete in all aspects is, right answer will be 600. Equivalent production is 1000. Okay, 60% complete in all aspects means 60 by 100, simply 600 unit. Right, very easy question. Then question number 53. Standard price of material per kg is rupees 20. Standard uses per unit of production is 5 kg. Actual usage of production 100 units is 520 kgs, all of which was purchased at the rate of rupees 22 per kg. Then material cost variance will be how much? So here, as you know that material cost variance formula is standard quantity into standard price minus actual quantity into actual price. Here standard price given 20, this one standard price, and actual price given 22. right. तो स्टैंडर्ड प्राइस हम लोगों को स्टैंडर्ड प्राइस मिल गया 20, एक्चुअल प्राइस मिल गया 22. ओके, सो देन now we have to calculate standard quantity and actual quantity. Standard quantity is 5 kg given, and 100 units actual usage of production given. So standard quantity will be 5 kg in 100 unit is equal to 500 kg, and actual quantity given 520. So right answer will be 10,000 minus 11,440, that is 1440, which is adverse. Okay, standard quantity into standard price minus actual quantity into actual price. अगर actual quantity into actual price ज़्यादा होगा standard quantity into standard price से, so it will be treated as adverse. Okay, so right answer will be 1440 adverse. Material cost variance formula is standard quantity into standard price minus actual quantity into actual price. Right. Then question number 54. Standard cost of material for a given quantity of output is rupees 15,000, while the actual cost of material used is rupees 16,200. Then the material cost variance will be how much? Here simply given in question that standard cost of material for a given quantity of output is rupees 15,000. Standard cost into standard price given 50,000, and actual cost into actual price given 16,200. So as we know that the formula of material cost variance is standard quantity into standard price minus actual quantity into actual price. So standard quantity into standard price is rupees 15,000, and actual quantity into actual price is 16,200. Right answer is 1200 adverse. If, as we know, if we subtract standard quantity to standard price from actual quantity to actual price, and if actual quantity to actual price is more than standard quantity to standard price, then it will be treated as adverse. So in this way rupees 1200 is adverse. Right. Then question number 55. the basic difference between a fixed budget and flexible budget is that a fixed budget is concerned with a single level of activity, while flexible budget is prepared for different level of activity. This is the basic difference between fixed and flexible budget. Fixed and flexible budget. Fixed budget is concerned with a single level of activity, while flexible budget is prepared for different levels of activity. Right? Then question number 56. Batch costing is suitable for pharma industry. Batch costing is suitable for pharma industry. Question number 57. Cost unit of hospital industry is patient day. Question number 58. Cost unit of automobile industry is number of vehicle. Question number 59. Depreciation is an example of fixed cost. Depreciation is an example of fixed cost. Right? Then question number 60. The most important element of cost is, as you know, that material. Material is the most important element of cost. Then question number 61. Direct material is a administrative cost? No. Selling and distribution cost? No. Yes, of indirect expenses. All of this? No. Right answer will be none of this. Right answer is none of this. Then question number 62. Continuous stock taking is a part of, as we know that continuous stock taking is a part of perpetual inventory. Perpetual inventory. Then question number 63. Which of the following is considered as a accounting record? Store ledger is considered as accounting record. Question number 64. In which of the following incentive plan of payment wages on time basis are not guaranteed? Taylor's differential piece rate system. In Taylor's differential piece rate system, incentive plan is on wages on time basis are not guaranteed. Right? Then question number 65. Under the high wage plan, a worker is paid at a time rate higher than the usual rate. At a time rate higher than usual rate. Under the high wage plan, a worker is paid at a time rate higher than the usual rate. Then question number 66. When overtime is required for meeting urgent orders, overtime premium should be charged to overhead cost. Overtime premium should be charged to overhead cost. Right? Then question number 67. Wages sheet is prepared by payroll department. Wages sheet is prepared by payroll department. Then question number 68. Labor turnover is measured by number of workers replaced, average number of workers. Right answer is number of workers replaced, average number of workers. Okay. Then question number 69. Overtime is what? Actual hours being more than normal time. When actual hour is more than the normal time, it will be treated as overtime expenses. Then question number 70. Direct expenses dash include imputed cost. Direct expenses shall not include imputed cost. As you know that direct expenses shall not include imputed cost. Question number 71. Example of direct expenses is royalty charge on production. Remember, royalty charge on production is an example of direct expenses. Then question number 72. A manufacturing industry produces product P. A royalty paid on sales is rupees 23,500. Then modifying charges, if any, paid for the product is rupees 1,500. Then compute the direct expenses. As you know that in case of direct expenses, both royalty paid on sales and any decorative expenses made, that should be added in direct expenses. So in this way, both the rupees 23,500 and 1,500 will be added for direct expenses. In this way, right answer will be 25,000. 25,000. Then question number 73, packing cost is a dash. It may be any of the above. Right answer is any of the above. Packing cost is a production cost, may be production cost, selling cost, or distribution cost. So the right answer will be any, may be any or the above. Then question number 74, director remuneration and expenses form a part of which cost? Administration overhead. Director remuneration and expenses form a part of administration overhead. Right. Then question number 75, charging to a cost center those overheads that result solely for the existence of that cost center is known as allocation. Very important question. Then absorption means what? Absorption means charging or overhead to cost unit. Charging or overhead to cost unit. Right. Question number 77. Which method of absorption of factory overhead do you suggest in a concern which produces only one uniform type of product? So in that case, suggestion will be a rate per units of output. A rate per units of output. Which method of absorption of factory overhead do you suggest in a concern which produces only one uniform type of product? A rate per units of output. Then question number 78. When the amount of under or over absorption is significant, it should be disposed of by the use of supplementary rates. When the amount of under or over absorption is significant, it should be disposed of by the use of supplementary rates. Right. Then question number 79. When the amount of overhead absorbed is less than the amount of overhead incurred, it is called under absorption of overhead. When the amount of overhead absorbed is less than the amount of overhead incurred, it is called as under absorption of overhead. Warehouse expenses is an example of, as you know, that warehouse expenses is an example of distribution overhead. Distribution overhead. Right. Then question number 81, selling and distribution overhead are absorbed on the basis of rate per unit, yes. Percentage on work cost, yes. Percentage on selling price of the each unit, yes. So the right answer will be choice number D, that is any of these. Selling and distribution overhead are absorbed on the basis of rate per unit, percentage on work cost, percentage on selling price of each unit. So right answer will be choice number D, any of these. Then question number 82, CAS 21 stands for, as you know that CAS 21 stands for क्वालिटी कंट्रोल है कि नहीं? सो इनमें से कोई भी नहीं होगा. कैपेसिटी डिटर्मिनेशन नो, जॉइंट कॉस्ट नो, डायरेक्ट एक्सपेंसेस नो. सो राइट आंसर विल बी चॉइस नंबर डी, दैट इज नॉन ऑफ द अबव, as cost account standard 21 deals with quality control. Right. Then question number 83, CS 13 stands for cost of service cost center. CS 13 stands for cost of service cost center. Right. Then question number 84, standards deals with the principles and methods of determining the manufacturing of cost of excisable goods. The standard is 22. Cost accounting standard 22 deals with the principles and methods of determining the manufacturing cost of excisable goods. Okay, CS 22. Then standards deals with determination of average equalized transportation cost is cost accounting standard 5. Okay. Then question number 86, which of the following item is not included in preparation of cost sheet? cost sheet में कौन included नहीं होगा? One of them is interest paid, because interest paid is purely a financial expenses. Purely a financial expenses. So it will not include in preparation of cost sheet. Question number 87. Which of the following item is not excluded while preparing a cost sheet? Property tax on factory building. Property tax on factory building is not excluded while preparing a cost sheet. Remember. Then question number 88. Which of the following are direct expenses? The cost of special decoration, drawings or layout, the hire of tools or equipment for a particular job. Yes, so right answer will be 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Direct expenses, the cost of special designs, decorations if any, drawings or layouts, and the hire of tools or equipment for a particular job. So right answer will be 1 and 2 both. Then what is prime cost? As you know, total direct cost is called as prime cost. Question number 90. Which of the following is not an element of works overhead? इसमें कौन वर्क ओवरहेड का एलिमेंट नहीं है? सेल्स मैनेजर सैलरी इज नॉट इंक्लूडेड an element of overhead. Question number 91. In reconciliation, while preparing a reconciliation statement between financial profit and cost profit, expenses shown only in financial accounts are added to financial profit. Expenses shown only in financial accounts are added to financial profit. Right. Question number 92. In reconciliation statements, expenses shown only in cost accounts are reduced from financial profit. Then in reconciliation statement, transfers to reserve are added to financial profit. Transfer to reserves are added to financial profit. Again, question number 94. Statement, while preparing reconciliation statement, income shown only in financial accounts are reduced from financial profit. Okay, then question number 95. In reconciliation statement, closing stock undervalued in financial account is added to financial profit. अगर closing stock undervalue किया हुआ है in financial account, then in that case financial account profit will be down. So while doing reconciliations, we have to add again such undervalued of closing stock to financial profit. Okay, to make it reconcile with costing profit. Then question number 96. Integral accounts eliminate the necessity of operating cost ledger control account. Integral accounts eliminate the necessity of operating cost ledger control account. Right. Then question number 97. What entry will be passed under integrated system for payment to creditors for supplies made? Right answer will be debit creditor and credit cash. Debit creditor and credit cash. While payment made, for payment made to creditor, for supply is made debit creditor or credit cash. Then question number 98. The accounting entry in integrated accounts for recording sales will be debit cash account, credit sales. Debit cash, credit sales. The accounting entry in integrated accounts for recording sales will be debit cash account, credit sales. Question number 99. What will be the accounting entry for absorption of factory overhead? Right answer will be debit works in progress control account and credit factory overhead control account. Accounting entry for absorption of factory overhead. Debit works in progress control account, credit factory overhead control account. Right. Then question number 100. Job costing is used in furniture making, repair shops, printing press. So right answer will be all of the above. Job costing is used in all of the above. Then question number 101. In a job cost system, costs are accumulated by specific job. In a job cost system, costs are accumulated by specific job. Okay. Then question number 102. The most suitable cost system where the product differ in type of material and work performed is job costing. The most suitable cost system where the product differ in type of material and work performed is called job costing. Question number 103. Cost price is not fixed in case of cost plus contract. Cost price is not fixed in case of cost plus contract. Question number 104. Most of the expenses are direct in contract costing. In case of contract costing, most of the expenses are direct. Then question number 105. Cost plus contract is usually entered into those cases where cost of certified and uncertified work. Cost of certified and uncertified work. Cost plus contract is usually entered into those cases where cost of certified and uncertified work. Right. Then question number 106. Cost of service under operating costing is ascertained by preparing cost sheet. Cost of service under operating costing is ascertained by preparing cost sheet. Right. Then question number 107. Operating costing is applicable to operating costing is applicable to hospital, yes. Cinema, yes. Any transport undertaking, yes. So right answer will be choice number D, that is all of the above. सब में applicable होगा operating costing. Okay. Transport undertaking, hospitals and cinemas. Then choice question number 108. If sales are rupees 90,000 and variable cost to sales 75%, then contribution will be how much? Sales given 90,000 and variable cost to sales 75%. As you know that the formula of contribution is sales minus variable cost. Sales minus variable cost. So sales already given 90,000 and variable cost given 75% of sales, means 67,500 of 90,000. Okay, so right answer will be 22,500. If we subtract sales minus variable cost, we obtain contribution, that is 22,500. Then question number 109. Variable cost remains fixed per unit. Variable cost remains fixed per unit. Then 110. Question number 110. If sales are rupees 1,50,000 and variable cost are rupees 50,000, then compute PV ratio. As you know that the formula of PV ratio is contribution divided by sales into 100 or sales minus variable cost divided by sales into 100. So in this way you can calculate that sales given 1,50,000 and variable cost are given 50,000. So sales minus variable cost divided by sales into 100. Okay, 150 minus 50,000 divided by 150,000 into 100, that is 66.66%. Okay, so then question number 111. Marginal costing technique follows the following basis of classification. Right answer is behavior wise classification. Behavior wise classification. Marginal costing technique follows behavior wise technique of classification. Right. Then question number 112. PV ratio will increase if there is a decrease in variable cost per unit. PV ratio will increase if there is decrease in variable cost per unit. Then question number 113. The technique of differential cost is adopted when to make choice between two or more alternative course of action. The technique of differential cost is adopted when to make choice between two or more alternative course of action. This is very important. It may come from your examination. The technique of differential cost is adopted to make choice between two or more alternative course of action. Okay, then question number 114. difference between the cost of two alternatives is known as the differential cost. The difference between cost of two alternatives is known as differential cost. Question number 115. Contribution given 3 lakh and sales given 1 lakh, 1,50,000. Then compute profit volume ratio. Then as you know that the formula of PV ratio is contribution by sales into 100. So contribution given 3 lakh, sales given 1,50,000 into 100, that is 20%. Okay. Then question number 116. Variable cost to sales ratio is 40%. Then compute profit volume ratio. As you know that if sales is 100, then variable cost will be 40. Then the contribution is sales minus variable cost. If sales is 100, variable cost is 40, then contribution will be 60. Then PV ratio will be contribution by sales in 100. If contribution obtained 60 and sales given 100, then PV ratio will be 60%. So right answer will be 60%. Okay. Then question number 117. Fixed cost given 30,000. PV ratio given 20%. Then compute break even point. 20% given PV ratio. Fixed cost given 30,000. Then compute break even point. So as you know that the formula of break even point is fixed cost divided by profit volume ratio. Fixed cost divided by profit volume ratio. Fixed cost given 30,000. PV ratio given 20%. So if we divide 30,000 with 20%, we will obtain 1,50,000. That is break even point. Right. Then very important question. Then question number 118. Excess of actual cost over standard cost is known as unfavorable variance. Unfavorable variance. Question number 119. Difference between standard cost and actual cost is called as variance. Difference between standard cost and actual cost is called as variance. Okay. Question number 120. Standard cost is used as a basis for price fixation and cost control through variance analysis. Standard cost is used as a basis for price fixation and cost control through variance analysis. Then question number 121. Standard price of material per kg rupees 20. Standard consumption per unit of production is 5 kg. Standard material cost for producing 100 unit will be how much? Okay. So standard material cost for producing 100 unit will be how much? Very easy question. See, standard price of material per kg given 20. Standard consumption per unit of production is 5 kg. So then standard material cost for producing 100 unit will be how much? So here given standard material cost for producing 100 unit into standard consumption per unit of production is 5 kg, then into standard price of material per kg is 20. So right answer will be 10,000. 500 into 20 is equal to 10,000. Okay, 100 into 5, 500 into 20, that is 10,000. Right. Then question number 122. Standard cost of material for a given quantity of output is rupees 15,000, while the actual cost of material used is rupees 16,200. In that case, the material cost variance will be how much? Standard cost of material for a given quantity of output is given 15,000, while the cost of material used is 16,200. In that case, the material cost variance will be how much? The formula of material cost variance is standard quantity into standard price minus actual quantity into actual price. So here standard quantity into standard price given 15,000, actual quantity into actual price given 16,200. So when actual price is more than standard price, it will be treated as unfavorable variance. So here standard quantity in standard price given 15,000 and actual quantity in actual price given 16,200. So the differential figure will be adverse, that is 1200 adverse. Then 123, question number 123. For the purpose of proof, material cost variance is equal to. For the purpose of proof, material cost variance is equal to material price variance plus material usage variance. Material price variance plus material usage variance. For the purpose of proof, material cost variance is equal to material price variance plus material usage variance. Very important question, remember. Okay, for the purpose of proof, material cost variance is equal to material price variance plus material usage variance. अगर material usage variance and material price variance include हो जाएगा, it will be treated as material cost variance, है कि नहीं? Okay, so question number 124. Cost variance is the difference between the standard cost and actual cost. Cost variance is the difference between the standard cost and the actual cost. Then question number 125. Here, standard price of material per kg rupees 20 given. Standard usage per unit of production is 5 kg. Actual usage of production 100 unit is 520 kg. And all of which was purchased at the rate of 22 per kg. Then material usage variance will be how much? So, as you know that material usage variance formula is standard quantity into standard price, standard quantity into standard price minus actual quantity into standard price. स्टैंडर्ड क्वांटिटी से स्टैंडर्ड प्राइस को मल्टीप्लाई किया जाएगा एंड एक्चुअल क्वांटिटी को स्टैंडर्ड प्राइस से मल्टीप्लाई किया जाएगा. इसमें स्टैंडर्ड प्राइस आ जाएगा कॉमन, स्टैंडर्ड प्राइस आ जाएगा कॉमन. उसके बाद स्टैंडर्ड प्राइस स्टैंडर्ड क्वांटिटी माइनस एक्चुअल क्वांटिटी. ओके, सो स्टैंडर्ड प्राइस से स्टैंडर्ड क्वांटिटी को मल्टीप्लाई किया जाएगा, स्टैंडर्ड प्राइस को एक्चुअल क्वांटिटी से मल्टीप्लाई किया जाएगा. Okay, so here standard price given 20, standard price given 20, actual price given 22, here 22, actual price given 22, actual quantity given 520 kg, 520 kg, and standard quantity is 100 unit into 5. Okay, 500 kg. So we obtain standard price, we obtain actual price, we obtain actual quantity, we obtain standard quantity. So now we can easily calculate the variance. Standard quantity standard price is 10,000 and actual quantity standard price is 10,400. Right answer will be 400 adverse. 400 adverse, as actual quantity in standard price is more than standard quantity in standard price. Okay. Then question number 126. Standard price of material per kg is rupees 20. Standard usage per unit of production is 5 kg. Actual usage of production is 100 unit is 520 kg. All of which was purchased at the rate of 22 per kg. Material cost variance will be how much? Okay, so as you know that the formula of material cost variance is standard quantity into standard price minus actual quantity into actual price. Standard quantity into standard price minus actual quantity into actual price. That is called material cost variance. So here in this way we find out that the standard quantity in standard price is 10,000 and actual quantity in actual price is 11,440. So in this way right answer will be 1440, which is adverse. Then question number 127. Standard quantity of material for 1 unit of output is 10 kg at the rate of rupees 8 per kg. Actual output during a given period is 800 units. The standard quantity of raw material will be how much? Here very easy and important question also. Standard quantity of material for 1 unit of production is 10 kg, is rupees 8 per kg. Actual output is during given period is 100 units. Okay, and output is 10 kg per 1 into output is 10 kg. So the standard quantity of raw material will be 800 into 10, that is 8,000 kg. Question number 128. Budget are shown in dash terms. Budget are shown in dash terms. Right answer will be both quantitative as well as materialistic statement, materialistic terms. Budgets are shown in quantitative as well as materialistic terms. Then question number 129. Which of the following is not an element of master budget? Right answer will be production schedule. Production schedule is not an element of master budget. Right. Then question number 130. Which of the following is not a potential benefit of using a budget? More accurate external financial statement. More accurate external financial statement is not a potential benefit of using a budget. Right. Then 131. Which of the following is a long-term budget? As you know that capital budget is a long-term budget. Capital budget is a long-term budget. Then question number 132. Materials become key factor if quota restriction exists. Material become key factor if quota restrictions exist. Okay. Then question number 133. The difference between fixed cost and variable cost assumes significance in the preparation of the following budget. Flexible budget. The difference between fixed and variable cost assumes significance in the preparation of the flexible budget. Question number 134. The budget that is prepared first of all is called budget with key factor. Budget with key factor. Prepared first of all is called budget with key factor. Then question number 135. Sales budget is a functional budget. Question number 135. Sales budget is a functional budget. Then question number 136. A flexible budget requires a careful study of fixed, semi-fixed and variable expenses. A fixed budget requires a careful study of fixed, semi-fixed and variable expenses. Then question number 137. In a process, 6,000 units are introduced during a period. 5% of input is normal loss. Closing work in progress 60% complete is 800 units. 4,900 completed units are transferred to next process. Then equivalent production for the period will be how much? Here you can see that here given closing work in progress 60% complete is 800 units. That means 800 into 60% is equal to 480. Transferred unit कितना हुआ है? 4,900. 4,900 unit completed unit are transferred to next process, means it will be added with 480. Closing work in progress 60% complete is 800 unit, that is 480 and transferred 4,900. So equivalent production for the period will be 5,380 units. So right answer will be 5,380. Then question number 138. Which of the following best describes a fixed cost? It may change in it may change in grand total where such change is unrelated to change in production. Such change is unrelated to change in production. Right. Question number 139. Z Limited is planning to sell 1 lakh unit of product A for rupees 12 per unit. The fixed cost are rupees 2,80,000. In order to realize a profit of rupees 2 lakh, what will be the variable cost be? So right answer will be Z Limited is planning to sell 1 lakh unit of product A for 12 per unit, that is 12 lakh, 12 lakh, and the fixed cost are 2,80,000. So as you know that we must subscribe such fixed cost, that is 2,80,000 from 12 lakh in order to find out realize a profit of rupees 2 lakh. Okay, so what will be the variable cost will be 9,20,000. Then now if we subtract 9,20,000 from 2 lakh, then we will obtain 7,20,000. 9,20,000 minus 2 lakh, we obtain 7,20,000. Clear? Then question number 140. Standards deals with the cost of service cost center is known as standard deals with cost of service cost center is known as cost accounting standard 13. Cost accounting standard 13 deals with the cost of service cost center. Right. Then question number 141. The most suitable cost system where the product differ in type of material and work performed is called job costing. The most suitable cost system where the product differ in type of material and work performed is called job costing. Then question number 142. In a process, 10,000 units are introduced during a period. 10% of input is normal loss. Closing work in progress 70% complete is 1500 units. 7,500 completed units are transferred to next process. Equivalent production for the period will be how much? So here, as you know that complete is 1500 unit, then 75,000, 70% complete is 1500 unit, means 1500 into 70% is equal to 1050, and equivalent 7,500 already completed transfer to next process. So 150 will 1050 will be added from 7,500 in order to find out the answers. So equivalent production for the period will be 8,550 units. Clear? Then question number 140. The sales and profit of a firm for the year 2016 and are rupees 1,50,000 and 20,000, and for the year 2017 are rupees 1,70,000 and 25,000 respectively. The PV ratio will be how much? So in this way, as you know that the formula of PV ratio is change in profit divided by change in sales into 100. So here profit given 20,000 and 25,000. So differential figure is 5,000. So change in profit will be 5,000. Again sales given 1,50,000 and 1,70,000. 1,50,000 is 2016 and 1,70,000 is 2017. So differential figure will be 1,70,000 minus 1,50,000, that is 20,000. So if we calculate 5,000 divided by 20,000 into 100, we will find out 25% is the PV ratio. Clear? Then question number 144. Standard quantity of material for 1 unit of output is 10 kg at the rate of rupees 8 per kg. Actual output during a given period is 600 units. Then standard quantity of material for actual output will be how much? So standard quantity of material for 1 unit is given 10 kg, 10 kg. Then standard quantity of material for 600, actual output is how much? 600 into 10, that is 6,000. That is 6,000. So right answer will be 6,000 kg. Okay. Then question number 145. Which of the following is a long-term budget? As you know that capital budget is called as long-term budget. Then question number 146. The main purpose of cost accounting is to provide information to management for decision making. The main purpose of cost accounting is to provide information to management for decision making. Clear? Question number 147. Statement of reconciliation. In reconciliation statement, expenses shown only in financial accounts are added to financial profit. Question number 148. Which of the following is a service department? Receiving department is a service department. Question number 149. Which of the following item is not included in preparation of cost sheet? Interest paid. Interest paid is not included in preparation of cost sheet. Then question number 150. In job costing, to record the issue of direct material to a job, which of the following document is used? Right answer will be material acquisition. This question is very important also. In job costing, to record the issue of direct material to a job, which of the following document is used? The right answer will be material acquisition. Okay, so this is it all about multiple choice question up to 150. In the next video we will continue from question number 151. So thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for your support. Keep studying.